Hi guys, it's Leah. I have made a major boo-boo for dinner tonight, so I decided that I was going to go ahead and try something new and just take you guys along for the ride. It was a super busy weekend. Today is April 15th, and I got my taxes in the mail before close of the PO today. I made it, barely, but that's where I've been at the past couple of days. I know I've been absent from YouTube. Don't know if you folks have noticed, but over the past several weeks, been trying to put out a video almost every day. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of work. I've missed a few days total, but not too many. But this weekend, I kind of needed to take a couple days break to get that the taxes done. And in the process of doing taxes, SAP was running ferociously after our snowstorm last week, and it has been running nonstop, which means that the stove has been running nonstop. I just cooked that down this morning, so that is another gallon to put in our pantry, which is just an exciting event for anyone that stocks a pantry. You know what I mean. The sourdough over the weekend has been active. That means that bread making, of course, was active this weekend. I'm starting to pull my jars out and get them cleaned up, because a lot of them have not been used since we've been up here. So I'm getting ready for the inevitable canning season. Foraging won't be long, and we'll be going after bilberry. All weekend, actually for the past week, these have been calling my name. The boys and I have got to replant these, but they had to be on hiatus until I got the taxes sent out. So this will be our first chore to do tomorrow. But tonight, while I was making supper, which I was throwing together a casserole of Hungry Jack, I realized that I had no cream of tartar, nor did I have any baking powder, which I need one of the two, or have always used one of the two for my biscuits. And Hungry Jack casserole requires biscuits. Now Ron said, oh, we could do it on sourdough bread. Excuse me. And we could, but it doesn't sound good to me. I know the guys would enjoy it, but then I thought, hey, there's got to be another way to make biscuits. We've done the sourdough biscuits before, but I've still put in a pinch of this or a pinch of that to help, because otherwise they're super, super heavy. So today I'm going to try to make baking soda biscuits, and I thought it would just be interesting to see how that all turns out. So let's get to it. So in here, what I have got, because I'm making a triple batch for what the recipe calls, I have got 6 cups of flour. Calls for 6 tablespoons of sugar. Alright, so about 1.5 teaspoons of salt. That's all the dry ingredients. My biscuit recipe I make is super, super easy. And I've made it so long, of course, you just go through the motions. I've never made this before. I can tell by the ingredients it doesn't vary a whole lot, but I am going to follow the instructions as far as how they say to put it all together, just because. They want you to cut the shortening in. And they call for more shortening than I have got. Now, I will use, in my regular recipe, I use olive oil a lot, or I'll use butter, one of the two. I used to use lard before we started eating organic, and you can buy organic lard, but if you're not rendering it, it's really, really expensive. So I haven't rendered lard since 2016, so I have no organic homegrown lard. Pig grease. I don't know, pig grease. Alright, so then they want you to cut it in, and I don't waste time. My hands are clean, we hope.
Nobody cares.
You can use those cute little pastry cutters, you can use your fork. I just have always used my fingers.
Or you can just get the job done. And
so they want 3 eggs. Now I've used eggs before in roll recipes. I don't know that I've ever used it in a biscuit recipe before. I want you to beat them up a little bit. About 2 cups of milk. Now I'm going to cut back a little bit on the milk, because I'm going to use some of my sourdough in here. Just because. sourdough starter. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's see what we got going on here as far as liquid. The thing about biscuits, and I think I'm pretty sure I talked about it in my biscuit video, is you want to make sure as you're stirring, if you think you're going to need to add liquid, more liquid, you need to pay attention, because once you get this stuff stirred up, it's really, really hard to get the flour added back in. Okay, I forgot something. I forgot the baking soda. That's like the most important part.
And it's sitting right there.
Oh, and it's sitting. I am telling you, I need about a 4-day break. I just need 4 days to hide since taxes. That's just the way it is. Okay, baking soda, but I'm glad I figured it out before I got it too stirred up, because that would have just been a problem. This isn't so bad now. We can still save it. About 3 teaspoons. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to turn this out. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to roll these out. I'm going to plop these. I'm going to make these cat head biscuits. As old Jerry Clower would say, cat head biscuits. To my Hungry Jack. Okay, so let's see what happens. Sleep tight. Okay, so this is, as far as like looking for an actual biscuit comparison like you would get on your breakfast plate, this really isn't a fair video to do because they're covered in the Hungry Jack goods, but we can check out the inside and see how they did. They actually look like they cooked up real nice. Can you see that down here all right? Let's see if we can cut into one. So that texture looks really good to me. I'm pleased with it. I thought it would be much denser, more like a wheat type biscuit, but it ended up being quite fluffy and perfect for what I've got going with it. Let's see how it tastes. Yeah, that's good. I am pleased. So often when you go to make something and you don't have it, it puts a real kink in your plans. And so I try to usually have alternatives. This is not something I've run into a problem before, not having what I needed to make baking powder biscuits. So having an alternative if I'm making something with biscuits and I don't have the cream of tartar on hand or I don't have the baking powder on hand, this is a nice option for me to have. The other thing is, I do notice because the baking soda is naturally saltier than a combination of baking powder, which consists of cream of tartar and baking soda. So the soda alone makes it a little saltier. I would probably cut back on the salt next time. I wouldn't omit it completely, but I would cut back on it a little bit. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you have not subscribed already, and hit the little bell there so that you're notified when we put out a new video. Also, please go to our Facebook page. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on Pinterest. You can find us at familyheritageliving.com and menofvalor.com. Alright, so we will talk soon. God bless.
MacGyver to the rescue!